Sanjeev Vohra, Group Technology Officer for Accenture Technology and Global Lead for Data Business Group. Sanjeev, welcome, man. It's great to have you here. All right, well, look, Accenture is a pretty household name. That said, maybe you could just kick us off by talking a little bit about Accenture and your role there.
First of all, thanks for inviting, and it's a pleasure to be here, truly pleasure to be here at Connections 2019. This is my first Connections. I've been learning since yesterday, and I'm very proud that, I'm really delighted to see the innovation that you guys are coming along to help the clients and to help large organizations, right, in the future. So Accenture, I think most of you may know, but I just want to state that some quick facts where we are right now. We're over $40 billion company. We are 460,000 plus people. We operate out of more than 120 countries, and we help clients transform their journey. And our client base is Global 2000, so large companies. We help them build next generation business models.
Yeah, that's great.
And enable them through super duper next generation technologies.
Absolutely, that's great. So we started talking about this. We were together last night having a couple cocktails. What are the biggest challenges you see when you embrace customers and try to get them to actually embrace this lead with data concept?
I think the first and foremost thing is that I personally believe that every one of us in the room and all of our organization can do more with data, right? And that realization is seeping in right now across the world. It is becoming a C-suite discussion. So far, most of the organizations have been dealing with data, and now they aspire to lead with data. So you have a right tagline. That's what's happening. And the discussion is becoming at a business level rather than a technology level. So that's an interesting piece that we have seen in the last 2 years. And I think the three major challenges that I see from a business lens, if you may. Because technology is very advanced already. We can do more with technology, obviously. You are helping us do that. But I think the business has to get geared for using that technology. Three challenges. One is the speed of data. Slow data. The data isn't moving as fast as business needs it right now, and that's fundamentally because of the architecture. The existing architecture is not geared for that speed that they want. So there has to be some work to be done there to re-architect themselves to ensure that data from the ingestion to curation, preparation, to consumption can move faster. So that's the first thing. The second thing is poor quality. Like everybody's suffering from quality issues, and there are so many things on the press in terms of why AI is failing, right? But I can give a very quick example of a major oil and gas company that we have been working with for the last few years. They are in the digital transformation journey, and they are doing extremely well. There are multiple business use cases in the industry. Their chairman had a request. Request to the chief digital officer was that if we are becoming a digital organization, first of all, I want to experience digital, right? So he said he used to have a team of his own which used to help him prepare him for going to the government, local government, to talk about subsidies, to talk about how they are helping the country to evolve economically. And they used to take like 3 weeks to prepare all the reports that he needed to go to that meeting. He said, can you enable that real time for me? I want to get digital. So they spent a lot of time, a year, to build a virtual assistant for him, which can solve the problem, and totally failed. Wow. It's just not because the technology is not there. It's about the data isn't coming as fast as required and not accurate enough to have that conversation. Yeah. Now, I'll not talk about the solution, but we help them solve the problem by using what we call as Intelligent Data Suite, which is the investment Accenture did a few years back to ensure that we can help curate and make the data more veracious. Yeah. And the third piece is around, which is coming up, is the risk of vendor lock-in. And I think most of the clients are feeling that they really, as the technology is evolving so fast, they want flexibility on their side to decide the right architecture.
Great. Well, that tees up my very next question, which is, how is Accenture using Click?
Oh, we are, so you will be delighted to hear this. And I should submit from Accenture.
I might know a little of the
I should submit from Accenture's perspective that we are probably one of your largest and one of the most happiest customers.
That's
right.
That's worth clapping for. Thank you for saying.
50,000 users, last 3 years of journey. We have implemented Click in our HR processes, our client delivery processes, our sales processes, our ecosystem and venture processes, and many other processes that I'm not naming. Yeah. Right? And what we have done is we have management users who are looking at new visualization capabilities from Click, which makes sense to me. But then we have advanced users who actually are looking at predictive insights from Click. Yeah. So we are landing those new functionalities. Where's what you actually want to go in the future, right? So we are actually probably doing it for you.
You guys are great. You're a great case study for us. So you're using Click not only to help your external customers, but also to drive your internal.
But that's part of my role, to
Yeah.
help Accenture and then help our customers,
That's awesome.
given that we are such a large organization.
That's great. And then one final question. Any advice for everybody out there and how they can help their companies lead with data?
I think, again, I go back to the business again, because we're really helping business to elevate the pitch of data, taking it out of the 2-level down, which is right now it's sitting. And there are 3 things coming out very clearly in terms of what enterprises can do to become an intelligent enterprise of the future. The first one, in my view, is around the data-driven culture. Yeah. They really have to invest in talent. Yeah. It's becoming a big deal, actually. The business has to really understand how to use and leverage data for making their lives more efficient as they go and making them augment their intelligence, actually. And then we see other areas as well where we actually feel that they should be investing more on. For example, one big thing which is coming out of is investment in the architecture. And there are various people have various names for that, but I call it, let's say, data platform. So they really need to figure out how they do an enterprise-grade data platform, and so that it doesn't support one use case, it supports multiple use cases across businesses. And the most important out of the 3 is that they really have to appoint a C-level person for data. And it's not somebody who's 2 level down again. It has to be somebody who actually can talk in the C-suite, can prepare the data strategy, can make the investment ask, can work with his or her peers to make sure they understand how to govern the data and data flow, and ensure that he creates a data-driven culture in the organization.
Right. So Chief Data Officer, top of the organization, real budget, real authority.
Real authority.
Yeah. That's great. Sanjeev, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Nice being here. And
Yeah.
finally, they have to make data do the talking.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.